YouTubers! Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. Want to thank everyone for joining and subscribing and being part of the channel. Today we're going to look at $79 and what $79 bought me in groceries. So, is food going up in price? We're seeing a ton of articles stating so. We're seeing rumors of food shortages, discussion coming from all over the globe. So let's take a look at what I got for $79. Alright folks, you're looking at $79 Canadian, so let's say 61 American. Milk, 3% organic. Reese, peanut butter little snack. Cheddar jalapeno, I do admit they were $2 more than the average. Instant oatmeal. Sausage rolls. Miracle Whip. I like calling it Miracle Whip because you cry when you eat too much of it. Juicy Jumbos. And Genoa salami and Portuguese buns. Yes, $79. $79. That's including tax, folks. Now, what do you guys think? 79 bucks. So let's look at some articles and see what they're telling us. You know, if you're down in the States, would this cost you more than 60? I think this cost you 20 bucks, 25 bucks in the States, minimum. So let's take a look at what they're telling us. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and set your reminders for this Saturday's Mike in the Night. We'll be discussing all kinds of topics of what's happening, whether it's the cost of food, shortages, whatever they're making us think. Call into the show, be part of the show, add me on Skype. Okay, so let's start off here. So this is from 2 days ago. Global food prices have been rising during the COVID pandemic, hitting food security. Now, it's very easy to manufacture anything nowadays when you have a global pandemic.
It's a Team Canada effort. And since March, we've shipped out millions of pieces of personal protective equipment to our provincial and territorial partners.
So it's very easy to manufacture certain things and kind of curtail things in your favor when you have other things that you could add, you could put into the soup, right?
Aye, Campbell's pork and beans are the tender-hearted beans. That means the mouth-watering flavour of Campbell's bright tomato sauce is cooked all through every tempting bean.
So last Thursday, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United States reported global food prices rose for the third straight month in August, hitting their highest levels in February. On Wednesday, China's Bureau of Statistics said that the country's food prices rose 11.2% from a year ago in August on the back of high pork prices due to the African swine fever outbreak, which has decimated China's hog herds. In August, pork prices rose 52.6% from a year ago. Experts have said that while there is no pressing food shortage, farms have been roiled as COVID pandemic upended supply chains and curbed movements. So there it is. They could say what they want to say, and it's up to you what you want to interpret, right? It always seems just more bad news for farmers, and we know this. So let's get to the point here of the story. According to the NSW Storm Prediction Center, the Dreco that tore across parts of the Corn Belt on August 10th traversed 770 miles in 14 hours. Wind speeds of over 100 miles per hour were reported near Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Those speeds normally associated with Category 2 hurricanes. The tally by the state officials found that 14 million acres of cropland were damaged across the Hawkeye State. Another of these issues harming some farmers this season in parts of west central Iowa. Extreme drought only received 3/4 to 1/4 inches of rain. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, 8.18 million acres of corn and 5.64% million acres of soybean in Iowa were affected by the storm. So you got a lot of corn being affected. And a lot of people are wondering, Mike, that's just corn. I never eat corn. Yes, you do. Almost everything you eat nowadays has corn in it, whether it's your ketchup, your mayonnaise, whatever you eat, chips, has cornstarch or some form of corn fabricated crap in some sort of, that they've invented in some sort of scientific lab. You know what I'm saying? Yes, a lot of, majority of the product that you eat has corn in it. Look it up and look at the labels and start actually educating yourself on how much corn. And you're probably wondering, well, soybean, well, that gets shipped to China, a majority of the soybean, right? So, and with the food shortages in Africa, the Chinese own a lot of pig farms in Africa. So they're being ravaged there with that, right? So let's move on. So Australian growers halt worsening soil compaction with CTF. So they're talking about the width of the tractor tires is causing soil compaction, and there's not enough tilling or proper tilling going on. That's not allowing the soil to Yeah, I know. It starts to start finding all kinds of stuff when you want to look for stuff that it's not. I mean, it's there, but does it matter? They've been doing this for the last 40 to 50 years. Why is it becoming a problem today? So there it is. Improved soil structure through reduced compaction results also in improved by water holding capacity. There is improved efficiency in some soil immobile nutrients by placing fertilizers closer to the plant. So they're trying to get something rolling in Australia. And you guys know Australia is the petri dish testing ground for everything for the Commonwealth. And I've been saying this for years, not weeks, not months. We don't post-it here. We predict. So there it is. Where was that? There we go. Farm tractor market projected size, but resilient during 2028. So they're not selling a lot of tractors like they used to. People are fixing. They're not upgrading. And now with the wheel width and stuff, and they want to adjust, a lot of farmers will end up closing down or just not dealing with this anymore because politics is getting too close to food. Well, actually, it's in our food now, right? Yeah.
Now, just push a button to wax your floors easier and faster than ever before with the new push button Quickie Waxer.
All right, guys. German pork farmers urge China to limit the ban in reaction to African swine fever case. So what is happening? A lot. So, liberal. The federal agriculture minister, now we're not going to go into that either. Brazil has asked the Philippines to end the embargo on chicken meat that was imposed last month after China reported an alleged positive case of COVID while testing a shipment of Brazilian chicken wings. As Poultry-Wide reports, Brazil now says it will take the matter up with the World Trade Organization if there is no scientific justification for policy or an end to the embargo. So there it is. It's hurting Brazil. It's hurting a lot of countries. And clouds of mosquitoes have killed hundreds of cattle since Hurricane Laura hit Louisiana last month. As Curo 7 News reported, the veterinarian Dr. Craig, a large animal veterinarian in Louisiana, estimates 400 cattle have died because of mosquitoes. Another rancher has reported loss of 30 deer. Some horses also have perished. So this is happening. What is happening? Is this some sort of this is the Center for Biological Diversity. Biological diversity. Yes, gender-neutral plants. So let's move on. More than 700 COVID workplace safety claims made in Windsor, Essex, Chatham, Kent farms. So there it is. That's in Ontario, Canada. And yeah, I don't know anyone that, but anyways, more than 700 claims have been made in workplace safety insurance board across several farms in Windsor, Essex, and Chatham, Kent. New data from the WSIB claims 9 farms across the region, including some located in Leamington, Kingsville, and Thamesville, with dozens of restricted claims since August 11th. The information pinpoints to specific locations. that experience a surge in cases. Interesting. Oops. Struggling farmers work with overwhelmed food banks to stay afloat. So the farmers are donating and helping out food banks. And this is really sad because this is going to lead to, obviously, more problems. Oops. Oh, look, breaking news. Former Liberal MP Raj charged with fraud, breach of trust. Interesting. China may face a food shortage. Uh-oh. We covered this on Mike in the Night, and we discussed this. So I did a video yesterday discussing how China is basically ramping up on food production, oil production, mineral production. It sounds like they're preparing for war, in my opinion, and it looks like it ain't good on the horizon, and it's going to take away from other countries. And yeah, heavy-handed, very heavy-handed, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see where things head with that. Okay, so what is this here? Grain Mart. Hunger. Parts of Africa facing food insecurity shortage due to, again, COVID. Countries facing food shortages and UN Global Report on Food Crisis. So there it is. Food insecurity levels affecting around 10 million. 80% of Nigerians are being affected by this. And what's going to happen with that? Well, things happen when that happens. And I'll see if I could find it here. Grocery Council shoots down Christmas food shortage suggestions. So they want to start cutting back on food and during the holidays. And see if I could get this here for you guys. This is the one right here. Climate change and global... Watch this. Global water and food shortages. Watch this. Cause new European migrant crisis. There you go. Now they got to give a wave or a discussion or a piece or some sort of an olive branch to bring in more waves into Europe. And Africa's got the best climate when it comes to pretty much farming all year round. But if South Africa keeps murdering farmers because of the skin or their color, or the color of their skin, then that becomes a major issue too. So they're not looking at the full spectrum of things. So Africa's got the best soil when it comes to harvesting and planting and cropping. And look what Gaddafi did in North Africa. Dry as a pretzel. And what did he do? Irrigation, farming irrigation pools, water, bringing water inland into other areas and growing a massive agricultural paradise there until the country was destabilized. The key is stop destabilizing Africa to start filling the holes of agendas of politicians who have been betraying us pretty much since World War I. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. How much would it cost for that much food that I showed you guys earlier in the video? How much would that cost now if you were to buy it in your local neck of the woods? Comment below. Thanks for watching.
We always go the distance, right up to the wall. Good friends you can count on, and a codex says it all. There's nothing halfway about it, that's always been our call. Yeah, there's nothing halfway about it, X says it all.